Oh, MatPat, finally the commentary collective has gnawed its last victim down to the bone and managed to find a way to engorge itself on that sweet, sweet mug of yours. Being a self-appointed YouTube nobody and 100% unironic member of the commentary hive mind, I thought it would make sense for me to jump headfirst into this drama and get myself a piece of the pie in an attempt to keep my Social Blade numbers from plummeting to absolute zero. So dare I ask, what was it this time? MatPat has been put on the chopping block, but for what just cause? Had he theorized that someone was a pedophile? Had he been outed from the inside as an abusive husband and or coworker?
I got an oversized wrench, a hammer, and the good old-fashioned 2x4.
Had he even dared to mention politics?
Quick, who's the first presidential candidate you think of this year? Yep, we're talking
I
about...
fucking hate Trump.
Oh wait, no, apparently he just refrains from crediting certain games in his live streams. The straw that broke the camel's back was a game called Heartbound, and the stream was marketed as Undertale related with no direct reference to the actual game they were playing.
So the creators of Heartbound decided to say, hey MatPat, you forgot to say anything about our game while you were playing it. You never linked the game or even got our studio name correct. What the heck? As soon as MatPat caught wind of this, he decided to go on an all-out PR campaign against this guy.
Thanks for the info, Stacks. Serves you right. You plagiarized my video before I even did it. That's the level we're on, ladies and gentlemen. So anyway, I guess MatPat did that, and sometimes he doesn't link the information sources for his videos. No, that can't be right. Clearly this isn't enough to dip his subscriber count to negative numbers for a bit. No, there must be something else. Did you see the cover?
Yeah.
Good. I got it. Matthew Patrick, otherwise known as MatPat, is the creator of a channel called
Game Theory,
which would later be rebranded into its much more commonly known name, The Game Theorist, with new creators added to the roster. This channel, while housing series made by other said creators, is mostly known for its original series, Game Theory. In it, MatPat himself will analyze specific types of gaming material and form theories about the lore within it or otherwise. The series itself has gone on for nearly 8 years, and the channel has amassed over 11 million subscribers. Quite a monumental achievement. Now time to get a chunk of it by jumping into the narrow-sighted hate train before it passes and reap the spoils that lay at the end of the line. I've scrolled far back into the Game Theorist channel, and with the help of my non-existent gag reflex and endless patience, I managed to watch the entire Game Theorist backlog and zero in on the dark truth surrounding this fallen titan. The good old commentary cucks were right. MatPat's main issue is the simple fact that he doesn't credit sources and games for his videos as much as he needs to, but when pulling back the curtains, it's apparent to see that this is just a byproduct of a much darker secret kept just below the surface that became obvious as I continued to watch his videos. Now I know to a lot of game theory fans in the audience it may be hard to believe that this man has ever said anything that could be considered even remotely incorrect when subjected to testing by basic facts and reason, but it's true. The enlightened god among men that is MatPat will occasionally, or more often than not, create less than up to snuff theories that snap under pressure. Now while some may believe that the reason for this is to create clickbaity thumbnails and provocative titles for the sake of upping the ad revenue from each video, but this is actually because MatPat is purposely trying to spread misinformation to a young generation of viewers with the intent of subtly manipulating them to conform to MatPat's own personal thought processes. This in turn creates a collective of like-minded individuals like the YouTube commentary community, and these individuals, when unknowingly allied by their similar manners of thinking, become a destructive force capable of wiping out any given target. Also like the YouTube commentary community. If you think about it, it's truly brilliant. By building himself up as an intellectual pillar of the YouTube community combined with the authority that comes with having a channel his size, he's able to extend his influence out beyond the platform itself. This is because MatPat is actually a member of a secret organization hell-bent on using subliminal messaging to control all of society as we know it. That organization being Google. By keeping a grip on the majority of the internet, they are able to manipulate the world to suit themselves. In 2006, they acquired YouTube, but found that other large sites such as 4chan were not so easily obtainable. This combined with 4chan's uncontrollable autism-driven antics made them a threat to the homogenous thought pattern that Google hoped to instill. Given the fact they were unable to acquire the site itself and that its user base was far too polarized to unify them through subtle means on the site itself, they went beyond the site and sought to win over the rest of the internet by influencing them through the sites they already owned. So, several soon-to-be large YouTube figures were inserted into various genres, and then Google used YouTube to hype these people up and make sure they gained enough influence to indirectly curb the thought processes of these members on the other sites. This would be done by banking on a small amount of shared audience audience between the YouTube creators and the members of the site they wish to convert. If they have enough creators expounding the same messages, they will eventually convert the majority of individuals who occupy the areas that remain out of their direct control. As I stated in my very first review, this is the case with YouTubers such as Mumkey Jones, who was created to appeal directly to 4chan's audience and rally them behind a YouTube figure, and thus beginning Google's subtle means of influencing a crowd of autistic edgelords. Like Mumkey, MatPat was also inserted to appeal to what was, at the time, a very difficult crowd to homogenize. That being the crowd of pseudo-intellectuals who will watch videos on YouTube for unironic educational purposes about subjects that have no bearing on anything. In other words, those faggots who buy the Minecraft guidebooks. I don't care if you got it for Christmas, you're still the one who kept them. A crowd that seeks to willingly separate itself from the general public's manner of thinking, even if the alternative is nothing but hipster contrarianism, still poses a huge threat to Google's intent to standardize thought itself. To combat this, they inserted MatPat, a flamboyant yet somehow not gay intellectual beacon for this crowd to flock to like bugs. By acting as an independent authority figure, MatPat has successfully won over 11 million or so more people to join Google's army of mindless drones.
That's how you can tell I'm hip and cool with the kids these days.
Even the election of Jonathan Tron wasn't enough to turn the tides against Google, since he was reported missing as of January 7th, 2019. Although this could be due to ad rates being in the toilet this time of year. But regardless, MatPat has acquired too much power and is risking winning over the entirety of this crowd. Well, no more. MatPat must be stopped, and I know exactly how to do it. He's not the only theorist on YouTube, and if another were to rise to his level and propose a contrary viewpoint, MatPat would be dethroned and Google's ability to obtain full control will be delayed. I will volunteer myself for the position. Fuck channel reviews. This channel is now solely dedicated to analyzing video games and coming up with theories. You know what? Let's start now. Wait, no. We need to find a game first. Let's try a name this game and win $10,000. Holy shit, I can win up to $10,000. I'm definitely using this one. Okay, well there's a diver and he's swimming back and forth while trying to kill an endless amount of sharks and this giant octopus who keeps growing limbs that you have to shoot, which I suppose is what's supposed to be in his hands, but good luck seeing them when you're trying to shoot. And yeah, I know the picture is shit, but the game is almost 40 years old, what do you expect? Not to mention I have to route it through a dozen adapters just so it'll record it all. But the game itself is a bit perplexing. I guess you're supposed to fight off sea creatures for as long as you possibly can to advance your score? With the supposed reason being that the diver is trying to get the treasure that's shown in the cover art. Then there's this guy on the surface who will replenish your oxygen, which dwindles over time. Who is this guy anyways? Is he trying to help the diver get the treasure? And if he is, why doesn't he just stay in one spot? I get that it makes the game more challenging, but it makes no sense story-wise. What a shitload of fuck. Okay, here's my theory. These two idiots are treasure hunters trying to find a chest full of gold that sunk to the bottom of the ocean for one reason or another, and are working in collaboration to retrieve it while avoiding the giant squid and endless army of shark clones that guard it. But hey, that's just a theory. A game theory. And time to cite my sources. No. Wikipedia says you're trying to protect the treasure from the sharks and squid. What the fuck kind of sense does that make? Why are you, a random diver, trying to guard sunken treasure from the local sea life? Unless you're trying to steal it for yourself, what's the point? Wouldn't it make a lot more sense if the sea creatures were trying to kill you while you stole the treasure? Oh, and what the fuck? The name that won the 10 grand competition was Octopus. Octopus? You can't be serious. That's one of the most uncreative names I've ever heard. If it were that simple, you'd think they just wouldn't bother with the competition at all, because any 2-year-old could look at the screen and mutter that title. But what's a 2-year-old gonna do with 10 grand? What were they thinking? So apparently this Wikipedia entry debunks my entire theory and makes all the work I did on the video meaningless. But, oh well, I guess I just won't cite it then. You know what? Fuck it. MatPat, you keep doing what you're doing. Google, you can do whatever you want to. I don't want to live in a world where 2-year-olds get 10 grand anyways, so fuck it. Oh god damn it, missed again.
This is fucking annoying. I don't know why you people are watching this shit anymore.
I actually looked the inside of it.
Yeah, no, I heard you.
I don't know why I did.
Yeah. I
10-minute mark.